Tropical shrimp dish, and Chef Nicole is sharing the recipe so you can serve it up for dinner tonight.
Summer break may be over, but that doesn't mean that the summer meals have to end. Today on Taste of the Ozarks, we are going to do a tropical shrimp bowl. This one is healthy, it's clean, it's absolutely delicious, an awesome meal that comes together super quickly. So let's talk about our ingredients really quick. First of all, we've got some shrimp. These ones are fully peeled, deveined with the tails off. Because we're doing a bowl, I didn't want to have to worry about peeling off tails after we'd already cooked everything. But in terms of seasoning that shrimp up, we're going to do some fresh ginger and garlic. We've got a little bit of island teriyaki sauce. Now this just means teriyaki sauce that's essentially got some pineapple and a little bit more sweetness to it. We've got some sriracha hot chili sauce just to give it a little bit of spice, and then some sweet chili sauce as well. We roasted some sweet potato chunks for our bowl, and then we're gonna top it with some avocado, mango, cilantro, green onion, and red onion. So let's move on over to the stove and we can start cooking up our shrimp really quick. All right, so we've got our pan on medium-high heat here. We're gonna add just a couple tablespoons of olive oil, and this is just to keep the shrimp and everything from sticking to the pan. And then let's go ahead and start with building our flavor profile. So first we're gonna put in our fresh minced ginger. And then we're gonna put in some of that garlic in there. Now keep in mind, garlic doesn't need a ton of time over oil and heat for it to release those flavors. Really no more than a minute or it's gonna start to burn. So we'll just give this a quick little stir to get those flavors into those oils there. And then we're gonna go ahead and add our shrimp here. Now this meal's gonna go a lot faster if your shrimp is thawed, so I would make sure to put it in the refrigerator the night before, unless you're already buying it fresh. Then we're just gonna get this flattened out. And keep in mind, shrimp does not take a whole lot of time to cook. So this isn't gonna take a ton of time. And we'll go ahead and layer our sauce over the top of this. Now we're doing just a little bit of that sweet island teriyaki, and we're not gonna need a ton of any one of these sauces, just a couple tablespoons of each, really. Get some of this dribbling right over there. There we go. And then a little bit of this Thai sweet chili sauce. And we're really just trying to get a good sticky glazed shrimp here. And then you really don't want more than about a teaspoon of this sriracha chili sauce because it can bring some heat to it. So then we're gonna get this nice and stirred around. And really the goal here is to just get our shrimp really good and pink on all sides. So we'll flip all these shrimp over to make sure that they're gray side down and pink side up. And then we'll just let this kind of simmer for a minute so that sauce can build and get really good and sticky caramelized. While we're doing that, let's move back over and build our bowl. All right, we'll let this guy simmer for just a minute, but let's start building our bowl. So we've got just some steamed rice here. I've been using basmati rice recently. It's been my favorite. We're putting our sweet potatoes over the top. You can do the sweet potatoes warm or cold. Honestly, it's absolutely delicious either way. We are gonna do some avocado chunks in there as well. And then we're gonna use a spoon to just scrape this right out of here. There we go, just a couple pieces of avocado. And then onto our mango. So we're just gonna take this knife and go right around the pit of the mango here. And then holding this, we're very gently gonna cut into the meat. I'm gonna cut that direction and then over in this direction. And then we'll just flip this inside out here and just cut some of that fresh mango straight into our bowl. And then we're gonna do a little bit of super thinly sliced red onion. Just kind of shred that over some of the top there. And then lastly, our herb garnishes. So we'll go ahead and chop these, but we'll wait till we put our shrimp on before we actually top with our garnishes. So there's our green onion. And then just a little bit of fresh chopped cilantro on there. And our shrimp should be nice and done with a beautiful, thick, sticky glaze on it. Oh my goodness, this just looks so delicious. You can see our shrimp is nice and pink and that glaze is nice and sticky on there. So we're gonna put some of this shrimp and that sauce right on top of our rice here. And then we'll add some of our green garnish on the top. So first some of that cilantro, and then some of that green onion. And you have an absolutely delicious tropical inspired bowl with lots of great healthy pieces in it. Yummy tropical flavors, a little sweet, a little fat, a little salty, a delicious meal to celebrate the end of summer.